There we go. Hi everybody. Welcome to DBR 200, Prometheus Unbound and the Advent of AI. My name's Tom Firstel. I'm an associate professor of writing here at Lynn University. This is my 6th year at Lynn and my 15th year as a full-time professor. Academia is my second career, having spent over 20 years selling industrial electronics equipment, mainly in the international marketplace to telecoms, data processing, and critical process controls industries. I received my doctorate in the humanities from the University of Texas at Dallas in 2007. So although I'm a little older in person, I'm young in academic years. I've always been passionate about new technologies in the study of the humanities, and I've designed this course to address the intersection of technology and humanity. The first time I taught the course was last semester, and I incorporated a number of changes that were suggested and recommended by my students last fall. So if you really enjoy the course, you have much to thank your previous classmates for. Here's how I think the course should work. 50% of the class is responding to the 10, I think actually there's 11 discussion questions. So these come just about every week. The readings are assigned a week in advance, so you have a chance to prepare for the discussions, which are programmed to allow you to make your own responses and then go back and edit and improve them as the discussion develops. You can respond to other classmates' responses. It's always nice to have good work acknowledged, hit likes and so forth. I'll post up video responses just about every week to the week's discussion and enter into them myself, making suggestions and recommendations to improve your writing. I think that I've asked you some challenging questions. In other words, questions to which I don't necessarily have an answer, and I'm not sure anyone does. I really believe these questions will be answered throughout the course of your lives, so I hope you'll find it worthwhile and fun to begin considering them now. For example, the research project comprises 30% of your final grade, and it is designed to ask you to approach the research from one of two possible directions depending on your own interests. The first path is a more general path. Say you think robots are cool. And maybe you want some cool robot movies. Sorry for these old school references, but some of my favorites are Wall-E, AI by Steven Spielberg, Blade Runner, the original, and lately Her, and certainly some of the Black Mirror episodes. You might pick one or more of the movies and really investigate the issues at stake in the movie for the character of the artificial intelligence or robot from a sociological or ethical perspective. Having an academic framework for your investigation of this topic will be crucial for your success in the project, in the research. Every field or academic discipline has its own methods and procedures and expectations. So in your preliminary description of your project, I would expect you to consider how that method or discipline will focus your research. The second path is for you more pragmatic folks who continually ask, what's in it for me? This is the path for you psychology students or international business or entrepreneurship or emerging media folks to begin to consider what the impact of artificial intelligence is going to have on your field of study and job prospects as you graduate with your degrees. So your focus will also have to include a narrow field or disciplinary perspective that looks at the field of robotics from a psychological or entrepreneurial or media perspective. Either path that you choose will require you to submit an initial proposal by the third week of this semester, and then you'll receive my feedback and suggestions, and you'll start to research by collecting articles that refer to your topic. I'm going to try to do this as a kind of a group project so that we can sort of archive good topics and good articles and maybe put those in a common area that we can all use. Your individual papers will all be unique, but we could certainly use a lot of the same sources. These notes that you'll take in the articles will be the sources to create an annotated bibliography as the first step of the research project. This can be a crucial step because taking good notes may allow you to use much of that writing in your first and revised drafts of your research paper. Finally, the oral communications project will simply ask you to make a short video of your research topic, why you were interested in such a project, and what you expect to find. The first week will be getting started week, right, in which the first discussion will ask you to begin to look at the title of the course and how it might reflect the scope of the course's learning objectives. I hope you'll immediately begin to see that our current society is facing questions about the use of technology that began in the Industrial Revolution and continues to have impacts on our day-to-day lives as well as our future. The mythical aspect is, or should be clear, that humanity has always questioned our role within the cosmos in terms of pride versus piety. The question of not just can we do it, but should we do it? The first reading is going to start with the last chapter of the iBook, chapter 19. We're going to deal with it in the second discussion due to the second week of class. This is the essay by Dr. Aiello on an excerpt of Thomas Kuhn's The Structure of Scientific Revolutions. This is a pretty dense essay that is rich with concepts that can be a little subtle, like the notion that a destructive process is necessary for scientific advancement, or the idea of insularity. Then we will continue to read in the section of the iBook. It has three sections, or themes: origins, ethics, and theories of knowledge. We're going to focus on knowledge because it is most pertinent to our understanding of what robots or intelligences can actually know at this time and what we might expect them to know in the future. Then we move into the ethical aspects and finally back away, as I mentioned above, to tie all of our speculations to concerns from a species viewpoint or a societal viewpoint. All right, wow, I feel a little overwhelmed at this point myself, but not to worry, we're going to take it one day at a time, one discussion, one assignment, and we'll see what we find out together. I feel very honored to be with you on this journey, and what I hope you'll find is a fascinating topic, so let's get started. I hope that you learn a lot and have a lot of fun doing it. See you soon.